Reborn in 1976, I was holding my wife and getting intimate when my dark-faced brother-in-law kicked the door open. "Guanghao, you son of a turtle. I heard you got an urban return quota?" My hand was still inside my wife's clothes when my brother-in-law charged in with a hemp rope. "Trying to run? I'll tie you up right now." My wife, AI Xiaofang, stood in front of me, glaring at her own brother with wide eyes. "You're not allowed to tie him up." My brother-in-law was so angry he threw the hemp rope to the ground. "Just keep protecting him. When this bastard runs off, don't come crying to me." I tightened my grip on Xiaofang's hand and said word by word, "Brother-in-law, I'm not leaving. I'll stay in Shifeng village for the rest of this life and stay by Xiaofang's side." My brother-in-law was stunned, and Xiaofang was stunned too. Everything from my previous life spun through my mind like a lantern show. In 1975, I was part of the last batch of educated youth sent down to the countryside. I couldn't handle the hardship of farm work, so I married the village beauty, AI Xiaofang. After we got married, she supported me and treated me like a lord. The next year, I got a quota to return to the city and ran off without a backward glance. After returning to the city, I married Lin Wei, and the nightmare began. Lin Wei was after my family's money and spent more than 1,000 yuan a month. In those days, a worker's monthly salary was 36, and when my father cut off my living expenses, she directly reported him for embezzlement. In those days, embezzlement was a serious crime. My father was executed by firing squad, my mother committed suicide in prison, and I was implicated and sentenced to life. At my most desperate moment, it was Xiaofang's 5 brothers who spent 5 years running around everywhere to overturn the case and save me. After getting out of prison, I searched for Xiaofang like a madman, and her 5 brothers beat me up. Xiaofang had died just 6 months after I left. She wasted away from longing, and both mother and child died. The baby was already over 6 months along. Before she died, she even told her brothers, "You must take good care of Guanghao. What I owed her in my last life, I'll repay with my life in this one." I took Xiaofang and my brother-in-law to the village chief's house and publicly declared that I didn't want the quota to return to the city anymore. Xiaofang was so happy that she clung to my arm even while walking, her pink-rimmed eyes full of smiles. But when we got home, my brother-in-law lifted a long bench to block the doorway and lay down on it like a guardian deity. "You brat, I'm standing watch right here. Let's see where you think you're going." I gave a bitter smile. "Brother-in-law, I'm really not leaving. I'm going out to get Xiaofang something to eat." My brother-in-law glared at me. "Get what to eat? There are plenty of wild game on Ghost Head Mountain. I'm going." Before I could finish, my brother-in-law's face turned pale. "Are you crazy? That's the domain of the Emperor of Fengdu." Earlier, a boy from the Long family just wandered around at the foot of the mountain, came back with a fever for half a month, and he's still a fool now. In my previous life, I was a forest ranger on Ghost Head Mountain for half my life. How could I not know what was on that mountain? There are 3 ridges, and the tigers and wild wolves on the main ridge never come out to the outer hills. As for ghosts, not even a ghostly shadow. But there was no use explaining that to an uneducated rural brute from the 1970s. "Then how about I go catch fish in the Ming River?" Only then did my brother-in-law nod. "Go ahead. But the water's risen these past 2 days, and it's very deep, so don't drown." "I don't swim. I'm going to catch fish." My brother-in-law laughed. "What, catch fish? Catch fish in the Ming River? Aren't you just asking to be laughed to death?" Shifeng village might be poor, but it was actually truly beautiful. The lush Ghost Head Mountain, the surging Ming River, and the neat terraced fields together looked just like a landscape painting from Gu Kaiji's hand. Guanghao and his brother-in-law came to the banks of the Ming River. Seeing the Ming River in its most pristine state again, Guanghao had only one thought: it's huge, and it's beautiful. The Ming River is a main tributary branch of the Yangtze River, running through almost the entire Bashu region, with surging waters. The river is hundreds of meters wide, and its deepest stretches exceed dozens of meters. The fish resources in this river are extremely abundant. After the planned economy ended and reform and opening up began, the fishing industry started to boom, and fishing boats of all sizes filled the entire Ming River. And now, everyone is busy with the production team's work tasks, so no one goes fishing at all. Of course, the most important thing is that people are genuinely poor right now. They can't even afford a boat, let alone cast nets to fish. Kid, I'm telling you, dozens of people have drowned in this Ming River, and even the shallowest shoals here are several meters deep. People can't even stand securely in it, let alone feel around for fish. If you really want to catch fish by hand, let's go to neighboring Baila village. There's a small river there, and the water only comes up to your ankles. Catching fish by hand there would be a lot more realistic. AI Guohua folded his arms. completely unconvinced that anyone could catch fish in the Ming River. This river is too deep and too fierce. Once a person gets in the water, a single wave could wash you away. Catch fish by hand. No way in hell. Faced with AI Guohua's decree, Guanghao merely smiled. Who said I was going to catch fish by hand? Brother-in-law, just watch. With that, Guanghao directly pulled out his machete from behind his back and began hacking away at the bamboo grove by the river. He chopped down a few bamboo stalks, then skillfully used the machete to split them into bamboo strips. The Mingjiang River's current was surging. Unless you used a fishing net, trying to catch fish was a joke. But this was the era of the planned economy, and aside from the supply and marketing cooperative, you simply couldn't buy things anywhere else. And fishing nets weren't necessities, so the supply and marketing cooperative didn't sell them. So even though the Mingjiang River had plenty of fish, everyone could only sigh at the river in frustration. But that was no problem at all for Guanghao. After returning to Xiaofang village in his previous life, Guanghao had lived here alone and friendless for an entire lifetime. Xiaofang village had been designated as a key protected area, and getting supplies in and out was very inconvenient. So Guanghao simply studied all kinds of little crafts on his own. Carpentry, setting traps, weaving a fish trap. Those were all as easy as pie for him. And right now, he was making a fish trap. Although he had been reborn, the memories from his previous life still remained crystal clear in his mind. And naturally, he hadn't forgotten any of the skills he had learned back then. Not only had he not forgotten them, Guanghao was also surprised to discover something. His craftsmanship had improved quite a bit. Take weaving fish traps, for example. Previously, it would take him at least 2 or 3 hours to weave one fish trap, but now he could make one in half an hour. And not only had his speed increased, the fineness of the fish trap had improved dramatically as well. It seemed that not only had he been reborn, he had also gained enhanced skills on top of that. Every skill he had mastered in his previous life had been strengthened. Take the craft of weaving fish traps, for example. If Guanghao's fish trap weaving skill in his previous life was at the master level, then now, his fish trap weaving skill had completely surpassed master level and reached the pinnacle of this skill. If he had to assign it a rank, it would be the realm of absolute perfection. This discovery made Guanghao overjoyed. After all, in his previous life he had lived alone and friendless for decades, spending his spare time studying all kinds of handicrafts. And because resources were hard to come by, he had also picked up some hunting skills. Weaving fish traps had been raised to the realm of absolute perfection. So what about his other skills? Especially his hunting skills. If his hunting skills had also been elevated to the realm of absolute perfection, then if he went to Guanghao Mountain, wouldn't he dominate everything there? There were so many precious animals and plants up there it made your scalp tingle. Even a complete novice could come back with some gains. So if he had truly reached the realm of absolute perfection, then wouldn't letting Xiaofang live a good life be just around the corner? Thinking of this, Guanghao nearly wanted to toss aside the fish trap and head straight up Guanghao Mountain to check things out. My God, kid, when did you learn this craft? This cage is woven so incredibly well, and there are so many little bamboo strips inside it. How on earth did you do this? AI Guohua's voice snapped Guanghao out of his daydreaming. At this moment, he was holding the fish trap Guanghao had woven and marveling at it, looking at AI Guohua's dark face and those strong biceps. Forget it, forget it. When brother-in-law leaves, I'll sneak up to Guanghao Mountain by myself. Putting the matter of Guanghao Mountain aside for the time being, Guanghao began weaving fish traps with all his might. 3 hours passed, and Guanghao had woven a full 6 fish traps. He then took AI Guohua to dig up some earthworms by the river and stuff them into the bottoms of the traps. Actually, corn essence would be a much better bait than earthworms, but this was the 1970s, and even corn was a scarce commodity, let alone corn essence. After placing the earthworms in the traps, Guanghao sank the fish traps at the spots where he felt the fish were most likely to gather. To prevent the traps from being washed away, Guanghao even specially made a rope loop out of bamboo strips and tied it to the bamboo on the riverbank. After setting all 6 fish traps in order, AI Guohua smacked his lips and asked, "Kid, can your trap really catch fish?" "Ha ha ha, of course it can, brother-in-law. If you don't believe me, how about we make a bet?" Guanghao said with a smile. "Bet on what?" AI Guohua glared. "If I can catch fish, then tomorrow you stop following me around. If I can't, then pretend I never said anything." Guanghao said with a grin. As soon as AI Guohua heard this, his dark face fell at once, and his thick arm wrapped around Guanghao's neck in one motion. "I knew it. You brat is full of schemes from head to toe. All day long, all you want is to shake me off. I'm telling you, I don't even want my work points these next few days if it means I can keep an eye on you every single day. If you dare run off, I'll break your legs." Guanghao hadn't expected his brother-in-law's reaction to be so intense, and quickly patted his arm as he begged for mercy. Let go, my neck's about to snap. I was wrong. No bet, brother-in-law, no bet. Follow me if you want. I've got no objections, not a single objection. The two of them messed around for a while, then sat by the river bragging for quite some time, until the sun turned golden yellow and hung over the mountain peak, and Guanghao felt the time should be about right. It's getting late. Time to collect the traps. Let's go, brother-in-law. Ai Guohua had long since grown impatient. The moment he heard this, he sprang up from the ground like a rocket, grabbed the bamboo rope loop, and started pulling. That pull was no small thing. The fish trap was as heavy as a weight. Ai Guohua's eyes instantly went wide, and he shouted in surprise and delight. Damn, this trap is heavy. There's definitely something in it, absolutely. Ai Guohua pulled hard with both hands, and the rope twisted from bamboo strips creaked under the string. With the boost of his brute strength, the fish trap began to be hauled up bit by bit. Splash! The fish trap emerged from the water, and the catch inside made Ai Guohua's eyes practically pop out. The trap was packed full of fish, shrimp, and crabs. Of course, most of them were small fish and shrimp, but there was simply a lot of them, at least 15 jin. And there was also a big golden carp in the trap, weighing at least 3 jin. To get this much from a single trap was practically earth-shaking. The Ming River ran right by Xiaofang village, and everyone had grown up by this river. As the saying goes, live off the mountain by the mountain, live off the water by the water. With such a big river there, plenty of people naturally had their eyes on the fish in it. Every year, quite a few people drowned in the Ming River, and most of those who drowned had gone into the river to catch fish and ended up drowning. Yet even at the cost of their lives, the biggest catch Ai Guohua had ever seen them make was only a 2 jin catfish. Just like that, the guy who caught the catfish bragged about it around the village for half a month. And now, this one trap alone had a full 15 jin of catch. Ai Guohua felt like he was dreaming. Big brother, what are you standing there for? Hurry up and pull it up. There are several more traps here. Guanghao urged him, finally snapping Ai Guohua out of his daze. Damn it, I'm not dreaming. I still have fish traps to collect. Coming. We really struck shit luck today. Let me see how this trap looks. My god, this trap feels even heavier than the last one. Brother-in-law, we really hit the jackpot today. After a day's effort, Guanghao had finally gone from bastard back to brother-in-law. In the end, they pulled up 5 of the 6 fish traps. As for the last one, whether because it was too heavy or the current was too strong, the bamboo strip rope loop got snapped by the water. When Ai Guohua saw the bamboo strip had broken, he held it and stood there sighing for a long while. It wasn't hard to see why he was so upset. Every one of the 5 fish traps Guanghao had set was packed full. The smallest had at least about 10 jin, and the biggest even exceeded 20 jin. Added together, the 5 fish traps came to well over 70 jin of assorted catch. 70 jin. Damn, that's enough to eat for a month, right? If that one trap hadn't broken, there would have been at least 80 jin. Thinking of that, Ai Guohua went back to sighing again. Guanghao, on the other hand, didn't think much of it. What was this little bit of catch, anyway? Today was really just small-time fooling around. If they had a fishing net and went to cast it in the middle of the river, hauling in 100 or so jin of catch wouldn't be a problem at all. Besides, it was getting late now, and there was no time to keep standing here sighing. The proper thing was to hurry and take the catch back to his wife. All right, big brother, if it's broken, it's broken. We'll come back tomorrow and set more traps. The Ming River is right here. It's not going anywhere. It's getting late. Let's hurry back. Xiaofang should be getting off work soon too. So let's go back first and make some fish for her to eat. Hearing this, Ai Guohua finally remembered. Right, little sister is still at home waiting for us. He hurriedly stood up, took the bamboo pole, and threaded the fish traps onto it. Ai Guohua was truly strong. With all 5 traps strung on the bamboo pole, he carried it on his shoulder as if it were nothing. Guanghao had originally wanted to help carry 2 of them, but Ai Guohua looked at him with disdain. Forget it. With that little frame of yours, even empty-handed you still can't walk as fast as me. If you carry a fish trap too, we won't make it back before dark. Come on, let's go. Little sister must be getting anxious waiting for us. Since Ai Guohua had put it that way, Guanghao didn't argue with him further, and the 2 of them hurried home one after the other. Along the way, Ai Guohua really wasn't exaggerating. Even carrying more than 70 jin of catch, he still walked faster than Guanghao. If Guanghao had really carried 2 traps of fish, Ai Guohua probably would have left him far behind without a trace. Brother-in-law, how did you weave these traps? It's not like I haven't seen people set traps to catch fish before, but at most they catch a few small fish and shrimp. So how did yours end up this full? It's like someone underwater was stuffing fish into them. Even while carrying the fish, AI Guohua still had the energy to chat with Guanghao. Guanghao, on the other hand, was so tired he was a little out of breath. AI Guohua was walking too fast. Because this kind of trap of mine is called a dead-end trap. Once something gets in, not even a tiny shrimp can crawl back out. So of course the catch is so big. That's right. Being able to get so much from every single trap was entirely because the way Guanghao wove his traps was different from the normal method. If they had been ordinary ground traps, getting even half this much would have been pretty good. But with a dead-end trap, the harvest was on a completely different level. The reason why the use of Juhu cages was banned in later generations is because this thing is just too powerful. But right now it's only the 1970s, and without exaggeration, the fish in the Ming River are so plentiful they're practically turning into spirits, so Guanghao can use Juhu cages without any worry. AI Xiaofang was a little distracted while working today, because Guanghao was just too strange today, too abnormal. Even though they had been married for over a year, he normally hardly ever touched her. Yet today he seemed so gentle. Could it be, just like Big Brother said, that he only wanted to lower her guard and then sneak away? The more AI Xiaofang thought about it, the more she felt that was exactly what was going on. In the end, she was so absent-minded even while digging that when her hoe hit a stone, she almost chopped her own foot. You little fool, how can you be spacing out even while working? All right, I know, you must be worried about the one at your home. If you're worried, hurry back. There's not much left here anyway. I'll help you finish it in a bit. Seeing how restless she looked, Li Lu beside her quickly snatched away her hoe and didn't dare let her keep working. You've really been a big help, Xiaolu, but I really am a little worried. You helped me this time, so next time I'll help you a bit more. AI Xiaofang said embarrassedly. Listen to us sisters talking like this. Hurry and go. I really don't know what kind of love potion your Guanghao fed you to make you so besotted. Li Lu sighed helplessly. AI Xiaofang gave a sheepish laugh. You'll understand once you have a husband. Even if I had a husband, I wouldn't be like you, so hopeless. Hee hee. Leaving the remaining work to Li Lu, AI Xiaofang quickly returned home. However, when she pushed open the door full of anticipation, she found the house completely empty. She searched the whole house, but AI Xiaofang still couldn't find Guanghao or AI Guohua. Big Brother clearly said that today he would definitely keep an eye on him, but now Brother Guanghao is gone, and Big Brother is gone too. Guanghao must have run off, and then Big Brother went after him. Whoa, Brother Guanghao, why did you run away? What exactly did I do wrong? Can I change? Why are you so dead set on leaving me? Brother Guanghao, what am I supposed to do if you leave? Thinking that Guanghao had already run away, AI Xiaofang crouched in the corner of the house, crying her heart out. Just as she was sobbing bitterly with her head in her hands, two figures slowly returned in the setting sun. Although AI Guohua was carrying fish, he walked fast and had been leading the way the whole time. But when they saw their own shabby thatched cottage, Guanghao rushed ahead of him. Actually, even now, Guanghao still didn't quite dare believe that he had really been reborn. Reborn into the 1970s, into the era when AI Xiaofang was still here. In the more than 50 years since AI Xiaofang passed away, Guanghao could only see her in his dreams every night. So he quickened his pace because he wanted to see AI Xiaofang more, even if this was actually just a dream. However, when he returned to the doorway, he found AI Xiaofang hugging her legs with both hands, her whole body curled up under the eaves, letting out painful whimpers like an abandoned puppy. Hearing AI Xiaofang crying, Guanghao felt as if his heart were being cut by knives. He rushed to her side and pulled her tightly into his arms, his eyes even reddening a little. Xiaofang, don't cry. Xiaofang, don't cry. Tell me, which bastard bullied you? I'll go fight him with my life right now. As an intellectual, Guanghao normally didn't use crude expressions like bastard, but seeing how aggrieved his wife looked now, how could he care about that anymore? Hearing the familiar voice and feeling the familiar embrace, AI Xiaofang raised her head in disbelief. When she saw that Guanghao had come back, she instantly became overjoyed. Brother Guanghao, you didn't leave. I thought you had gone and didn't want me anymore. No one bullied me. I came back and just saw that none of you were home, so I thought you'd run off again. I'm begging you, Brother Guanghao, don't go, please don't go. Whatever you want, I'll give it to you. Whatever you want to eat, I'll cook it for you. As long as you don't leave, I'd even give you my heart. Hearing his wife's almost pleading voice, Guanghao felt as if a pair of big hands were kneading his heart like dough. In later times, gold diggers were everywhere. Without a house, a car, and a bride price, you couldn't even get a wife. Yet AI Xiaofang not only didn't want a single cent of bride price, She couldn't even bear to let him do the work at home. She liked him that much, so much that she was willing to give him her whole heart. How could he have been such a beast as to abandon her in his previous life? He wrapped his arms tightly around AI Xiaofang and kept kissing away the tears on her face. Don't worry, I'm not leaving. I won't leave in this lifetime. I'll spend my whole life with you. Let's register our marriage. We'll go get the marriage certificate tomorrow. In his previous life, Guanghao had selfish motives. Although he married AI Xiaofang, they actually never registered their marriage. Because once they did, his household registration would have to be moved from the city to the countryside, and if AI Xiaofang didn't divorce him, he would never be able to return to the city for the rest of his life. But in this life, to hell with the city. I'm going to stay in Xiaofang village with my wife for the rest of my life. What did you say? You're really going to register our marriage with me tomorrow, Brother Guanghao? You're not lying to me, are you? AI Xiaofang stared with her watery big eyes, her face so shocked it was as if she'd seen the sun rise in the west. Her adorably innocent look made Guanghao burst out laughing, and he raised a hand to pinch her nose. That's right, tomorrow. Last time when I was getting the certificate to return to the city, my dad happened to bring me the household register. Tomorrow we'll go to the commune to get the marriage certificate. Brother Guanghao, you're just too wonderful. AI Xiaofang let out a scream and showered Guanghao with kisses while hugging him. All right, you two. Aren't you being a bit too much? I'm still here. If you want to kiss, then later tonight, after you shut the door, you can kiss all you want. Kissing right in front of me, your big brother-in-law, and getting each other's faces covered in saliva. Aren't you embarrassed at all? Guanghao had finally agreed to officially register the marriage with AI Xiaofang, and AI Xiaofang was so happy she was almost losing her mind. So she hadn't noticed at all that her big brother was still behind them, and she just hugged Guanghao and kissed him wildly. After being scolded by AI Guohua for a while, her pretty face immediately flushed bright red with foam. She hurriedly got up from Guanghao's arms, just as she was wondering how to change the subject. Looking up, she discovered that AI Guohua was actually still carrying 5 large fish traps, each one packed full of fish. At the very least, there were 50 jin. AI Xiaofang was so shocked that she couldn't even close her mouth. Brother, did you stab into a fish nest or something? How did you catch so many fish? Seeing that AI Xiaofang and Guanghao had finally stopped flaunting their affection in front of him, this single dog, AI Guohua, finally showed a smug smile. Ha ha ha, impressive, right? Let me tell you, these are the fish my brother-in-law and I caught in the Ming River today. My brother-in-law's skill is absolutely incredible. He could weave a fish trap out of just a few bamboo strips, then dig up some earthworms and put them inside. Good grief. Every trap had more than 10 jin of catch. These few traps together have at least over 70 jin, enough for you to eat for a month. As soon as she heard that Guanghao had actually caught these fish, AI Xiaofang immediately felt even more excited. Unable to hold back, she hugged Guanghao, stood on tiptoe, and fiercely planted another kiss on his cheek. My brother Guanghao can actually weave fish traps too. He's just too amazing. Seeing that her little sister's eyes were full of little stars of admiration, AI Guohua felt a bit jealous. Don't just praise your brother Guanghao, what about me? Am I not impressive too? I caught these fish together with my brother-in-law, and I carried these 5 traps of fish back all by myself. All right, fine. Big brother, you're very impressive too, okay? AI Xiaofang casually brushed him off with a couple of words, then pulled Guanghao into the house. Brother Guanghao caught so many fish today, you must be tired. Come in and have some water first. Do you want me to massage your shoulders too? My brother Guanghao is awesome. Clearly, everyone went out together to catch fish, but after they got back, little sister treated Guanghao like some emperor, while even her words of praise for him were extremely perfunctory. AI Guohua suddenly felt like a single dog by the roadside being shown off to, the kind whose dog bowl had even been kicked away. Damn it, when I find a wife in the future, I'll show off our love in front of you every day too. You really don't treat your own big brother like a person, huh? AI Guohua carried the catch inside, and everyone began cleaning up in the kitchen. Guanghao first sorted all the catch into categories. The fish were set to one side, and the crabs and shrimp to the other. Since there was no scale, they could only estimate roughly. There were about 50 jin of fish in the catch, and a little over 20 jin of crabs and shrimp. Guanghao only took 1 big silver carp weighing 5 jin and 3 big carp weighing 3 or 4 jin each, and also kept about 3 jin of river shrimp. He put all the rest back into the fish traps and then handed them to AI Guohua. What do you mean by this? Looking at the fish traps in front of him, AI Guohua felt completely baffled. These are for you and your brothers. Fish and shrimp aside, this stuff spoils quickly. If you can't finish it today, you won't be able to eat it tomorrow. The fish can be made into smoked fish, but these few are enough for Xiaofang and me to eat for a while. Take all the rest back. There are more of you, so bring it back and eat it. Guanghao said. Hearing this, AI Guohua was completely stunned. He looked at Guanghao as if he were looking at an alien. After being stunned for quite a while, AI Guohua reached out and poked his little sister with a finger. Little sister, I think your man might be possessed. Should I take him to Baila village to have Granny Wang take a look? Smack. AI Guohua's finger was slapped back by AI Xiaofang. AI Xiaofang grabbed Guanghao's arm and glared angrily at her own big brother. You're the one who's possessed. Big brother, don't talk nonsense. My brother Guanghao is perfectly healthy. Right, brother Guanghao? AI Guohua curled his lip. If he's not possessed, would he give me this much stuff? Since this brat got married until now, he hasn't spent a single cent on our family, right? Now he's suddenly become so generous. Other than being possessed, I really don't know what the reason is. His elder brother-in-law's words plunged Guanghao into deep guilt. That's right, he really had been possessed, but not now, in his previous life. Actually, it wasn't just AI Xiaofang who treated him well. His 5 elder brothers-in-law had all been very good to him too. Although Guanghao's family had money, when he was sent down to the countryside as an educated youth, there were policies from above, and aside from regular living expenses, his family couldn't send over a single cent. As a result, when Guanghao married AI Xiaofang, he couldn't come up with a single cent. Not only that, but the young couple's room, wedding, and banquet were all paid for and arranged through the money and effort of his 5 elder brothers-in-law. Although AI Xiaofang worked hard every day, she was still a woman, so she naturally earned fewer work points. On top of that, Guanghao not only didn't work, but also ate a lot, so by the end of the month they basically never had enough grain. Whenever AI Xiaofang asked, her 5 brothers would scrimp on food and clothing themselves just to give Guanghao their own rations, even if it meant going hungry and eating nothing but wild vegetable mush. The reason Guanghao never talked back even when AI Guohua beat and scolded him after his rebirth was because he owed not only AI Xiaofang, but also these 5 brothers-in-law. Given a second life, he not only wanted AI Xiaofang to live a good life, but also wanted his brothers-in-law to live good lives too. So today, after catching so many fish and keeping enough rations for himself, Guanghao let AI Guohua take all the rest back. It was a small way to make up for what he owed his brothers-in-law. Brother-in-law, before, I was immature and only knew how to open my mouth and ask for things. But starting today, things will be different. I will treat Xiaofang well with all my heart. You've all helped me so much, and I truly thank you. I will keep all this kindness in my heart. So just accept these things. Besides, we caught so many fish today, and tomorrow we'll be able to catch even more. We simply can't finish all the fish. From now on, our whole family's life will definitely get better day by day. Guanghao said firmly. As soon as he said that, AI Guohua fell silent. Guanghao's words made this illiterate, rough black-faced man feel warmth fill his heart. After supporting Guanghao for so long, this was the first time he had ever heard Guanghao say thank you. AI Guohua wanted to keep a straight face, but he simply couldn't, and his mouth was nearly stretched to the back of his head from smiling. We're all family, what's there to thank me for? As long as you two are living happily together, we older brothers are satisfied. Crabs and shrimp can't be kept long, so I'll take these away. You keep the fish. If you can't finish them, you can salt them, and they won't spoil for half a year or even a year. I said they're for you, so they're for you. Just take them. Guanghao stuffed the remaining fish trap into AI Guohua's hands. Really no need. You two keep them and eat them yourselves, AI Guohua declined. All right, big brother, stop fussing. If brother Guanghao is giving them to you, then just take them. We can't finish so many fish anyway. In the end, it was AI Xiaofang who made the final call and insisted that AI Guohua accept the catch. AI Guohua held the fish trap, grinning from ear to ear. All right, then I'll take them. I really never thought I'd live to see the day when I could enjoy blessings from my brother-in-law. AI Guohua left with the share of fish he had been given. The AI family ancestral home was at the head of Xiaofang village, while AI Xiaofang and Guanghao lived at the tail end of the village. Her brothers were all crowded into the ancestral home, so after getting so much fish, he naturally had to go back and share it properly with them. Carrying the fish, AI Guohua walked with swagger and pride, and whenever he ran into a villager, he had to show off a bit. See this? My brother-in-law gave it to me, dozens of of fish. I said I didn't want them, but he insisted on giving them to me. I couldn't refuse even if I tried. In the 1970s, everyone was truly poor. Every day they drank wild vegetable mush, and what they wore were ragged clothes patched over and over again. Seeing AI Guohua carrying so much fish, every single person's eyes turned green with envy. What the hell? That useless brother-in-law of yours who can't lift with his hands or carry on his shoulders could get so many fish and give them to you. You're bragging, aren't you? Tell me honestly, where exactly did you catch them? I'll go try my luck too. Useless brother-in-law? How the hell do you talk? If you don't know how to speak, then shut your mouth. My brother-in-law is very capable. He caught all of these in the Ming River. If you look down on my brother-in-law, then go catch some yourself. Damn, with all that water in the Ming River, you could actually catch fish there? Is that for real? Heh, believe it or not. In the village, AI Guohua, carrying all those fish, stole the spotlight. Meanwhile, over at Guanghao's home, everything was full of tenderness and affection. With the bothersome brother-in-law finally gone, Guanghao kept staring fixedly at his wife. The couple was in the middle of cooking, and the fire in the stove had already gone out, yet he was still staring without even blinking. AI Xiaofang blushed from his gaze and said shyly, "Brother Guanghao, if you're thinking about that, then after we eat you can do whatever you want with me. But for now, at least tend the fire a little. The fish soup in the pot is already getting cold." Only then did Guanghao realize that the fire he was tending had gone out. He quickly grabbed the fire tongs, poked around a couple of times, and got the fire in the stove burning again. "It's not that." While tending the fire, Guanghao explained. He had originally wanted to say that he wasn't thinking about that. He just thought his wife was pretty and liked looking at her. But when the words reached his lips, he quickly changed course. After getting out of prison in his previous life, he had stayed in Xiaofang village the whole time and had never touched another woman again. He hadn't tasted the pleasures of a woman for over 50 years, and now he had been reborn as a young man in his 20s again, right at the age of vigorous passion. When he saw his wife for the first time today, if his brother-in-law hadn't gotten in the way, he probably would have taken AI Xiaofang right then and there. The little flame in his heart hadn't gone out from morning until now. Not want to? Hell no. Of course he wanted to badly. Now that his wife had agreed to let him have his way with her, if he still didn't agree, could he still call himself a man? Ahem. Can't help it. Wife, you're just too beautiful. Looking at you makes me crave you so much, I just couldn't hold back. Guanghao chuckled. Although Guanghao had been the one pursuing AI Xiaofang at first, ever since they got married, he had never said a single word of love to her. Hearing him say such things again now, AI Xiaofang felt as sweet inside as if she had eaten honey. She shyly moved close to Guanghao and gave him a kiss on the cheek. "I'm your wife, and I'll be your wife for life. You can look at me however you want. So what's there to be greedy for?" AI Xiaofang's kiss made it impossible for Guanghao to hold back any longer, and he reached out and pulled his sweet, soft wife into his arms. Although she went out to do farm work every day, AI Xiaofang's skin was naturally tender and never grew rough calluses. It felt in his hands just like the finest silk. The more Guanghao touched her, the more addicted he became, and the flames in the stove burned ever stronger. Sensing that something was a little off, AI Xiaofang blushed all over and broke free from his arms. Wait, the fire's too big. The fish soup is going to burn. We can kiss when we go to bed later. I'm not going to run away." "Brother Guanghao, why are you in such a rush today?" "Hee. Wife, you're so fragrant and soft. I just can't help myself." After quite a bit of fussing around, dinner was finally ready. River shrimp can't be kept, so AI Xiaofang cooked them all. To celebrate Guanghao staying, she even steeled herself and cooked the family's last bit of millet, making a pot of fragrant river shrimp porridge. Besides the river shrimp porridge, she also made braised silver carp. It had to be said, AI Xiaofang really was capable in every way. Not only was she quick and efficient at outdoor work, she was also highly skilled at household chores. Take cooking, for example. In this day and age, basically aside from salt and chili peppers, there were no other seasonings besides garlic and ginger. Yet AI Xiaofang still managed to make the braised silver carp excellent in color, aroma, and taste, so delicious that Guanghao nearly swallowed his tongue. Sitting beside AI Xiaofang, eating the loving meal she made, although all around them were crude yellow mud walls, and even the table was a three-legged one propped up with bricks, Guanghao still felt happy, blessed. Yet as he ate, Guanghao noticed something was off. Although AI Xiaofang kept picking up fish, she herself hardly ate any. Most of the time, she was doing one thing, picking the fish bones out for Guanghao. She picked up a piece of fish, carefully removed all the bones, then placed it into Guanghao's bowl. Then she sucked a couple of times on the bits of fish left on her chopsticks, took a mouthful of river-fresh porridge, and continued picking up fish and removing the bones. Guanghao ended up eating half the silver carp, while she did not take a single bite, just sucking on her chopsticks the whole time. If AI Xiaofang's behavior were placed in modern times, she'd probably get cyberbullied by modern women on Zaihongshu for who knows how long. Her mind was full of nothing but Guanghao. Everything was for his sake. A textbook female simp, a foolish love-struck girl. But then again, if it weren't for genuine love, who would be willing to be a simp? She truly liked Guanghao, loved him down to her bones. Seeing this, Guanghao's heart was about to shatter. This was his wife, a wife whose whole heart and eyes were filled with only him. Picking up a piece of fish, Guanghao copied AI Xiaofang and carefully removed all the bones from it, then put the fish into her bowl. Xiaofang, this is for you. Seeing the tender white fish in her bowl, AI Xiaofang froze for a moment. Then she quickly picked it up and put it back into Guanghao's bowl, showing a silly grin. Hee, I'm full. Here, for you, you eat it all. Full. From the moment she sat down until now, she had been sipping the same bowl of thin porridge from beginning to end. She couldn't bear to eat the fish and didn't even dare serve herself a second bowl of rice. She still had to go out and work every day. Even a kitten eats more than she does. Guanghao grabbed AI Xiaofang's bowl in one motion, personally filled it to the brim with river fresh porridge, set it in front of her, and then put the fish into her bowl. Eat. The remaining half of the fish and the river shrimp porridge left in the pot are all yours. You have to finish every bit of it. If you dare not eat, I'll go back to the city tomorrow. AI Xiaofang still wanted to refuse, but the moment she heard that, her face changed in fright. She hurriedly picked up her bowl and started eating voraciously, speaking as she ate. No, 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 Brother Guanghao, don't go. As long as you don't leave, I'll listen to whatever you say. I'll eat right now. Watching his wife gulp down the river shrimp porridge and wolf down the fish he had put in her bowl, Guanghao's face was full of smiles. That's more like it. I remember when I first met you, you still had a plump little round face. Now you've gotten so skinny you have a pointed chin. I don't like pointed chins. I like your little round face, and your pretty dimples too. So from now on, you have to eat your fill at every meal. If you dare starve yourself thin, I'll go back to the city and won't want you anymore. The moment AI Xiaofang heard that, she started eating even faster, so fast it could be called wolfing it down. She wasn't afraid of hardship or exhaustion. She was only afraid that Guanghao wouldn't want her anymore. As long as Guanghao was willing to stay by her side, let alone getting herself back to a little round face, if he liked it, she wouldn't mind getting as chubby as a little pig. Don't worry, Brother Guanghao, I'll definitely be obedient. As long as you don't leave, give me at most 1 month, and I can turn back into my old little round face. Such a good girl. I'll reward you with another piece of fish, Guanghao ji. What's wrong? You're so good to me. I feel so happy, like I'm dreaming. You silly girl, this isn't a dream. Our life will only get better and better from now on. Alright, stop talking while you eat, or you'll get a fishbone stuck in your throat. The big silver carp weighing over 5 jin and the little river shrimp weighing over 3 jin were all completely eaten up by Guanghao and AI Xiaofang. It was the first time AI Xiaofang had eaten until she was stuffed, and sitting on the stool, she even had some trouble getting up. Seeing her puffing with her little cheeks bulging, Guanghao chuckled happily. If you're too full, go take a walk. I'll wash these dishes. After saying that, he started clearing the bowls and chopsticks. Guanghao ji, how can you do this kind of work? Let me do it. How could AI Xiaofang bear to let him work? Holding up her bloated stomach, she insisted on coming over to wash the dishes. What? Not listening again. If you don't listen, I'll go back to the city. Guanghao put on a stern face and deliberately tried to scare her. This trick worked on AI Xiaofang every single time. The little hand she had stretched out halfway quickly shrank back. Okay. I won't wash them. Guanghao ji, stop scaring me all the time. If you don't want me to scare you, then be a good girl and listen obediently. Having mastered the secret move for dealing with AI Xiaofang, Guanghao was in an excellent mood. As he washed the dishes, he even hummed a little tune in the kitchen. There's a girl in the village named Xiaofang. She's pretty and kind. A pair of beautiful big eyes and braids thick and long. AI Xiaofang leaned against the doorway, watching Guanghao standing in the kitchen washing dishes, humming a pleasant little tune. Xiaofang, did Guanghao ji write this song especially for me? It sounds so nice. Guanghao ji was like a completely different person today. Not only did he not go back, he even went with Big Brother to catch so many fish, picked out fish meat for me, and took the initiative to wash the dishes after dinner. What happened today was simply too blissful, so blissful that AI Xiaofang wouldn't even dare to hope for it in her dreams. Guanyin Bodhisattva, Jade Emperor, Tathagata Buddha, if everything that happened today is a dream, please let me never wake up for the rest of my life. Clasping her hands together, silly AI Xiaofang began to pray devoutly. In the 1970s, it got dark very early, and by around 8 in the evening it was already completely dark. There weren't any entertainment activities in this era. Once you'd eaten and drunk your fill, Naturally, it was time to go to bed. Guanghao had long since been unable to wait any longer. After washing up, he started burrowing into the quilt. Come, wife. I've warmed up the quilt for you. Hurry and get in. AI Xiaofang knew that warming the bed was just an excuse. What he really wanted was to tease her. But this was her husband, and also the man she loved most, so she didn't reject that sort of thing. After taking off her dark blue work clothes, AI Xiaofang had only a thin garment left on her body. Guanghao swallowed hard several times. Wife, you're so beautiful. But just after praising his wife and pulling up the quilt, there came a thud of knocking from outside. Honestly, the moment the knocking sounded, Guanghao nearly exploded. In the middle of the night, instead of staying at home holding your wife and sleeping, why come knocking on my door? Are you sick or what? He angrily threw on his clothes and walked to the door in annoyance. Who is it? The resentment in Guanghao's voice was enough to resurrect at least 3 evil sort of mortals. It's me, your brother-in-law, hehe. AI Guohua's familiar voice sounded from outside. Guanghao pulled open the door, and sure enough, it was his brother-in-law standing there. He was also carrying a bag in his hand, and a delicious aroma was coming from inside it. It's so late, brother-in-law. What are you doing here? Guanghao stood blocking the doorway, hoping AI Guohua would take the hint and hurry back. But not only did AI Guohua fail to take the hint, he actually reached out with his big hand and shoved Guanghao aside. Why are you blocking the door? Let me in. Here, I specifically brought fried dried little fish for Xiaofang and you. Xiaofang likes fried dried little fish best. I cleaned up all the little fish I brought back, and your second brother-in-law used rapeseed oil to fry them all into dried little fish. These dried little fish are something else. The fish bones are crispy too, and they're really delicious. So I brought them over to you overnight. Give them a try. They taste amazing. AI Guohua raised the bag in his hand. It was stuffed full of golden, crispy fried dried little fish. In those days, cooking oil was absolutely a scarce commodity. Not to mention frying things. Normally people didn't even dare use much when stir-frying. But second brother-in-law actually fried them a whole bag of dried little fish. How much oil must that have taken? If you bought all that oil by itself, it would cost far more than these little fish. These are the 5 AI brothers. They truly dote on AI Xiaofang down to their very bones. Taking the dried little fish, Guanghao nodded gratefully. Thanks, eldest brother-in-law. Also help me thank second brother-in-law. It's getting late, so hurry back and get some rest. You still have to go to work tomorrow. Although he was very touched, Guanghao still wanted eldest brother-in-law to leave quickly. It couldn't be helped. He was getting in the way of him being intimate with his wife. Tomorrow's work? I'm not going to work. I already said it. I've earned enough work points this month, so tomorrow I'll keep going with you to catch fish. We went too late today, so that's why we only got that little catch. I'm not going back tonight. I'm staying here. We'll set out early tomorrow morning, and tomorrow we'll put down 10 fish traps and try to get ourselves a few hundred gene of fish. Ha ha. Laughing as he spoke, eldest brother-in-law walked straight into the room next door. He and the others had built this house, so he knew it very well, and he found an empty room to sleep in all by himself. After entering the room, seeing Guanghao still standing dumbly in the yard, AI Guohua even called out to persuade him. What are you standing there like an idiot for? Hurry up and go to sleep. We still have to go catch fish tomorrow. Catch my ass. You take the fish traps and go have fun by yourself. Stop getting in the way of me being intimate with my wife. Okay. In the end, Guanghao still couldn't drive AI Guohua away, because as soon as this guy entered the room, he fell asleep instantly. 1 second, he was still talking to Guanghao, and the next his thunderous snoring was already shaking the room. Back on the bed, AI Xiaofang looked at his sulky face and laughed so hard she couldn't straighten up. You're still laughing? Your man here is about to suffocate to death. Guanghao had nowhere to vent his anger, so he could only viciously smack AI Xiaofang on the butt. After being smacked, AI Xiaofang finally quieted down. Looking at Guanghao as if he were about to suffocate from holding it in, she blinked and said with a seductive look in her eyes. Wrapping both arms around his soft and fragrant little wife, Guanghao kissed her hard. Creak. In the quiet room came a tooth-aching sound, so loud that even AI Guohua was awakened by it. Little sister, brother-in-law, what are you two doing? Keep it down a bit. The bed's about to collapse from all your tossing around. After saying that, AI Guohua scratched his butt, turned over, and went back to sleep. Meanwhile, Xiaofang and Guanghao, the husband and wife, were blushing so hard their faces were practically as red as a monkey's butt. But really, there was nothing they could do about it. To put it nicely, it was called a bed. To put it less nicely, it was just a wooden frame cobbled together from a few planks. Even turning over made it wobble, and the slightest movement would definitely make it creak loudly. He reached out, and pulled her tightly into his arms. Damn it. He had to hurry up and make money, then replace it with a high-end solid with Luohan bed. The kind that wouldn't make a sound even if more than a dozen people jumped on it. Oh, right. And they also needed to build a new house. The walls had to be made entirely of soundproof red bricks. Then, no matter how much noise they made on their side, the neighbors definitely wouldn't hear a thing. Otherwise, if brothers-in-law came by to visit, they wouldn't even be able to live their little married life. He simply couldn't put up with that for even a single day. Xiaofang watched Guanghao go to sleep with a sour expression on his face and his eyes closed, and didn't dare tease him any further. If she made him angry again, he would start insisting on going back to the city, and that would scare her to death. As long as he didn't leave, she was willing to do anything. Thinking of this, Xiaofang couldn't hold back. She leaned her little head toward Guanghao and lightly pecked him on the lips. "Brother Guanghao, you're so good to me." Guanghao didn't even open his eyes. It couldn't be helped. He was using every bit of rationality in his body to suppress the restless fire inside him. If he opened his eyes and saw the way his delicate little wife looked, how the hell could he possibly hold back? When that time came and his beastly side took over, this flimsy plank bed would definitely collapse. "Xiaofang, you'd better behave yourself, or if you really piss me off, I won't care whether your big brother is next door or not," Guanghao said angrily. Hearing this, Xiaofang didn't dare provoke him anymore and curled up in his arms like a kitten. Listening to his strong, steady heartbeat, she gradually closed her eyes. On the first night after being reborn, the husband and wife fell asleep embracing each other. It was the sweetest sleep they had ever had. When Guanghao got up the next day, the first thing he did was reach out to feel for Xiaofang beside him. But when he reached out, he touched nothing. Guanghao didn't even dare open his eyes. So it really was a dream? But that made sense too. How could anyone possibly have the chance to be reborn? Just as Guanghao lay curled up on the bed, not even daring to face reality, a sweet, cloying voice sounded by his ear. "Brother Guanghao, are you still not getting up? I've already made breakfast. If you're not getting up, I'll keep it warm for you in the pot. When you get up later, remember to eat it, okay? I have to go to work now, so I'm heading out first." Guanghao's whole body trembled, and he sprang upright from the bed. It wasn't a dream. He was still in the shabby little house of the 1970s, and standing before him was still the delicate little wife he had longed for day and night. Today, Xiaofang still wore a pair of long, black braids. Because Guanghao was willing to stay, her face was full of smiles, making her look especially beautiful. Guanghao was so stirred that his heart surged with emotion. He pulled Xiaofang into his arms and kissed her crimson little mouth over and over. "There's something important to take care of today. Take half a day off and go to work in the afternoon." Getting kissed so much first thing in the morning made Xiaofang feel very shy, but her heart felt especially sweet. Guanghao had thought yesterday was a dream, but Xiaofang had thought the same thing. How could brother Guanghao possibly cherish her this much? It had to be fake. But that lingering kiss first thing in the morning told her that all of this was real, and Xiaofang was so happy she could barely contain herself. What's the important thing? Only after her lips had been kissed a little swollen by Guanghao was Xiaofang finally able to stand up from his arms. "Of course it's to go get our marriage certificate. Didn't I promise you yesterday? I've already prepared my household registration booklet. We'll go after breakfast," Guanghao said. As soon as he said this, Xiaofang was completely stunned, standing there blankly, unable to come back to her senses for a long while. "Huh, brother Guanghao, you're not lying to me? You really are willing to go get a marriage certificate with me?" A marriage certificate in this era was nothing like the modern one that's just a worthless piece of paper. In the 1970s, a marriage certificate was extremely important. For example, if Guanghao married Xiaofang, then his household registration would automatically be transferred to Xiaofang village, and he would permanently lose his eligibility to return to the city. Only after the educated youth policy was completely abolished could he go back to live in the city again. And once the two of you got married, you would become an absolute community of fate. In the 1970s, there was no such thing as marital property or separate property. As long as you got married, all your property would be jointly owned, and there was also a strict system of collective implication for husband and wife. If you got into trouble, neither spouse would be able to escape it. Why would I lie to you? I'm going to eat breakfast right now, and after breakfast we'll go to the commune. Guanghao pulled Xiaofang along and went out to eat. When they arrived at the kitchen, Guohua was already eating his portion of breakfast. When he saw Guanghao up, he quickly and warmly took out Guanghao's portion from the iron pot. Today's breakfast was sweet potato porridge, with the fried little dried fish Guohua had brought over last night. It smelled amazing. "Brother-in-law, you're finally up. Come, hurry and eat. After we finish eating, We'll go set the fish traps. You'll have to work hard and weave a few more today. I've already cleaned up yesterday's fish traps. And today we've got plenty of time. So let's set a few more and catch more fish. AI Guohua said with a grin. Taking the sweet potato porridge his brother-in-law handed him, Guanghao took a sip, then followed it with a bite of little dried fish. It could only be described with one word. Awesome. No rush, brother-in-law. Xiaofang and I still have something to take care of at the commune today. We'll go set the fish traps after we get back. What is it that can delay our fishing time? Tell me, and I'll have second brother help you take care of it. He goes to work at the commune every day and knows a lot of people, AI Guohua said. Second brother-in-law can't help me with this, because I'm planning to go get a marriage certificate with Xiaofang. The little dried fish got more and more delicious the more he ate, and while eating, Guanghao kept feeding his wife too. Even though AI Xiaofang repeatedly reminded him that she had already eaten breakfast, Guanghao still kept stuffing food into her mouth. You're not the only one eating now. There's another mouth in your belly too. Eat more, it definitely won't do any harm. What? You're really going to the commune with Xiaofang to get the certificate? AI Guohua's eyes widened. Of course. We'll go after we finish eating. What's wrong, brother-in-law? Can't bear to let Xiaofang marry me? I'm telling you, too late. Guanghao joked with a grin. A brilliant smile appeared on AI Guohua's dark face, and he slapped Guanghao on the shoulder. Truth be told, I really can't bear to let my little sister marry you. But there's nothing I can do even if I can't bear it. She just likes you. Good, good, good. As long as you're willing to agree to register the marriage with my little sister, that's enough. Go on, go on. After you finish eating, the two of you can go. I'll wait for you at home. After breakfast, Guanghao and AI Xiaofang dressed up nicely, and only then did they finally walk hand in hand toward the commune. Getting a marriage certificate required 1 yuan. Of course, the certificate itself didn't actually cost money. The 1 yuan was the fee for taking the photo. Guanghao and AI Xiaofang had dressed up carefully because they wanted to take a beautiful picture. When they arrived at the commune, they first explained the situation to the village chief, who immediately broke into a grin. Not bad. Guanghao, your political awareness is getting higher and higher. Yesterday you agreed to stay, and today you've come to register the marriage. Master Wang happens to be free, so hurry over and get your photo taken. Bring the photo back, and then you can get the marriage certificate. Guanghao took AI Xiaofang by the hand again and went to find Master Wang for the photo. When it was time to take the picture, AI Xiaofang was extremely nervous. One moment, she tugged at her clothes. The next, she fiddled with her braid. In short, it was as if she had nails under her butt, unable to sit still. Master Wang, who was taking the photo, looked displeased. I'm telling you, comrade AI Xiaofang, you can't move around casually when taking a picture, or the image will come out blurry and the film will be wasted. Just sit properly and don't move. Is that so hard? AI Xiaofang's face flushed red from the scolding, and she quickly asked to stop the shoot. Then wait for me to calm down a bit. I'm a little nervous. All right. You two adjust yourselves first, and we'll talk when you're ready. Master Wang simply sat off to the side and started smoking. Guanghao reached out and held AI Xiaofang's hand, asking in confusion. Xiaofang, what's wrong? Don't you want to get the marriage certificate with me? No. How could I not want to get the marriage certificate with you? It's just. AI Xiaofang lowered her head slightly. Just what? I'm here, don't be afraid. Go ahead and tell me. Guanghao comforted her gently. With his reassurance, AI Xiaofang finally shyly told him the truth. It's just that my clothes are too shabby. I feel a little unworthy of you. How about we wait until the new year, and after I save enough money to buy a new outfit, we come back to take the picture then, okay? So after all that, the little wife was feeling inferior. Today was the day to take their wedding photo, and both AI Xiaofang and Guanghao had brought out their best clothes. Guanghao wore a Zhongshan suit from his school days, paired with his flat-top navy cap, making him look as handsome as Leslie Chung. Although his hands couldn't do delicate work and his shoulders couldn't carry heavy loads, Guanghao really was handsome. As for AI Xiaofang, although she was also very pretty, her clothes were a bit too shabby. She was wearing a plaid dress that had been washed so much it had faded white. It had been bought several years ago and had already been patched in several places. The reason she had been twisting this way and that earlier was because she was afraid the patches on her clothes would be captured in the photo. Seeing this, Guanghao's desire to make money surged once again. He had to get up Ghost Head Mountain as soon as possible, then make lots and lots of money, so AI Xiaofang could wear different new clothes every day. Taking off his Zhongshan suit, Guanghao used it to cover all the patches on AI Xiaofang's clothes. Xiaofang, you are the best woman in the world. It's not that you're unworthy of me, it's that I'm unworthy of you. There's no need to wait until the new year. It won't be long before I can make money and buy you new clothes. For now, Just bear with taking a simple wedding photo with me, and after I make a fortune, I'll get you new clothes, and then we can take pictures however we want. Brother Guanghao, I'm not suffering. I've never felt wrong being with you. As long as you don't dislike me, we can take the picture right now. AI Xiaofang gazed at Guanghao with infatuation. After waiting for most of the day, the marriage certificate was finally ready, 2 copies in all, one for Guanghao and one for AI Xiaofang. When she got the marriage certificate, AI Xiaofang couldn't wait to open it. What met her eyes was her wedding photo with Guanghao. She was draped in Guanghao's Zhongshan suit, while Guanghao wore a simple white shirt. The two of them looking at the camera with happy and sweet smiles at the same time. With the marriage certificate in hand, she was finally Brother Guanghao's lawful wife. All the way back, AI Xiaofang smiled so much that the corners of her mouth never came down. When the two returned home, AI Guohua had long since grown impatient from waiting and grabbed Guanghao at once. Is the marriage certificate done? Done. Guanghao shook the bright red certificate in his hand. As long as it's done. Sis, we're going to catch fish. Take good care of yourself while you're alone, okay? After saying that, before Guanghao had even steadied himself, AI Guohua dragged him and ran toward the Ming River. Guanghao ji, you all be careful, okay? The Ming River is deep, so you absolutely mustn't go into the water. AI Xiaofang urged. Don't worry, we're not kids. Besides, now that we're married, shouldn't you change the way you address me? Even though AI Guohua was pulling him along as they ran, Guanghao's gaze remained fixed on his little wife. AI Xiaofang's face reddened slightly, holding the marriage certificate up to cover her face, and looking at Guanghao, who was almost out of sight, she softly called out, Husband, be careful. AI Guohua dragged Guanghao all the way there, and when the two of them reached the bank of the Ming River, AI Guohua's expression changed drastically. They saw that dozens more people had appeared by the riverbank, and they were continuously putting bamboo baskets into the water. These people were actually the same as them, all here to catch fish in the Ming River. Wang Laosan, what are you doing? That's our spot for catching fish. Move aside. The banks of the Ming River were full of people catching fish, and the prime feng shui spot where they had set their traps yesterday had naturally been taken. At this moment, a scrawny man with eyes as narrow as door cracks was sitting there. Several ropes were tied to the bamboo beside him, so it looked like he had quite a few traps set. Boss AI, what you're saying isn't right. What do you mean by your spot? Is this Ming River your family's or something? Just because you open your mouth, it becomes your spot? This river belongs to all of us, and what matters is first come, first served. Go farther away. Don't scare the fish in my traps. Wang Laosan waved his hand as if shooing away flies, his eyes fixed motionlessly on the river's surface, as if he could see the traps in the river through the water. Wang Laosan, how the hell are you talking? I got here yesterday, so this is my spot. Get the hell out of here now, or I'll show you how I'll beat you up. AI Guohua was timid and submissive in front of AI Xiaofang, but in front of outsiders he was ferocious as hell. Since Wang Laosan dared to take his spot, this uneducated brute really did dare to resort to violence. Seeing that AI Guohua was already rolling up his sleeves, Wang Laosan was so frightened that he shrank back a little. He wanted to withdraw and give up the place to him, but when he thought about how many fish AI Guohua had carried back yesterday, he gritted his teeth and held on. Boss AI, I didn't provoke you or do anything to you. If you dare lay a hand on me today, I'll go report you to the commune later. The Ming River isn't your family's, so what gives you the right to be so overbearing? Wang Laosan's words struck a chord with the surrounding villagers, and they all spoke up for him. That's right, Boss AI. Wang Laosan came here early this morning, and the moment you arrive, you want to chase him away. Isn't that a bit too overbearing? Boss AI, your temper now is even worse than Wang Daqiang's. Do you understand first come, first served? Boss AI, don't break the rules. The Ming River isn't your family's. Boss AI, just try laying a hand on him. We won't just stand by and watch you bully Wang Laosan. For a moment, AI Guohua became the target of everyone's criticism, and that dark face of his immediately flushed red. What do you all mean by this? My brother-in-law and I were the first to discover fishing in the Ming River. It's one thing that you're all following us to catch fish here, but now you're even trying to steal our spot. Who's the one being unreasonable here, me or you? Do you really think I, AI Guohua, don't have a temper? Just as AI Guohua and the crowd were arguing heatedly, Guanghao stepped forward. He grabbed his brother-in-law's arm and then dragged him upstream. All right. If they've taken our spot, then they've taken it. The Ming River is so big. Are you really afraid we won't be able to catch any fish? AI Guohua was still somewhat indignant. He glared fiercely at Wang Laosan and said unwillingly, but the other spots aren't as good as yesterday's spot. One bamboo basket set down, there would bring in at least more than a dozen jin of catch. How could any other place have such good fishing? Hearing this, Guanghao could not help but laugh. His brother-in-law actually thought the reason his Xiaofang could catch so many fish was because of the fishing conditions, completely failing to realize that the decisive factor was Guanghao's skill. All right, brother-in-law, don't worry. The fishing up here is many times better than down there. Just wait and see. Guanghao did not explain much further. He took AI Guohua upstream, then chopped down a few bamboo stalks and began weaving Zhuhialong. His brother-in-law did not stay idle either. While Guanghao wove the traps, he squatted on the ground with his butt up, digging for earthworms. By the time Guanghao finished weaving the fish traps, he had already dug up a whole basin full of earthworms. This time Guanghao made 5 new fish traps, and together with the 5 from yesterday, there were 10 traps in total. He stuffed the earthworms into the fish traps, then sank the traps to the bottom of the water. After that, all they had to do was quietly wait for the fish to take the bait. Waiting was always boring, so Guanghao simply sat on the ground and watched how the villagers were catching fish. After just one look, Guanghao knew this bunch was going to waste the whole day. Yesterday, AI Guohua had been far too showy, carrying dozens of jin of fish from the south end of the village all the way to the north end. By now, who in all of Xiaofang village didn't know that AI Guohua had hauled back dozens of jin of catch from the Ming River yesterday? In this day and age, supplies were scarce, and every household was tightening its belt to get by. If people heard there were lots of wild greens somewhere, they would strip that patch bare, let alone hearing that fish could be gotten from the Ming River. So before dawn had even fully broken today, as long as a family had enough work points, they took their own bamboo baskets and planned to copy AI Guohua and go catch fish in the Ming River. They had all heard that Guanghao had used bamboo baskets, so they copied him exactly, not knowing at all that what he had actually used were Zhuhialongs specially made for catching fish. What the villagers used were the bamboo baskets they normally carried pig fodder in, with openings as wide as a big wok. If those could catch fish, Guanghao would twist off his own head and let them use it as a ball. As time passed little by little, the sun gradually began to turn orange-yellow. It was getting late, and everyone started pulling up their nets one after another. One bamboo basket after another was hauled out of the Ming River, and naturally, every single one was empty. One villager was a bit luckier. 2 small crabs were caught in his bamboo basket. That counted as the only bit of harvest everyone had. After working hard for half the day, more than 20 people had caught only 2 small crabs. Everyone felt terribly embarrassed. Involuntarily, they placed their last hope on Wang Laosan. After all, Wang Laosan was at the very spot where AI Guohua had caught fish yesterday. If AI Guohua could catch dozens of jin, then Wang Laosan ought to be able to get at least a few jin no matter what. Wang Laosan, stop waiting and pull it up already so we can see how much you caught. That's right, if you caught a lot, can you spare a few for me? Listen to you. Wang Laosan is my relative, so if he's going to spare any, it should be me first. Sanner, I'm your auntie. When you catch fish later, you have to save 2 for me. I'm reserving 1 too. Wang Laosan, I won't take it for free. I'll trade you something for it. In the 1970s, during the planned economy period, private buying and selling was not allowed. If you were caught, it would be dealt with as speculation and profiteering. But as the saying goes, where there are policies from above, there are countermeasures below. Since open buying and selling wasn't allowed, people bartered directly instead. Strictly speaking, this still wasn't permitted, but under the planned economy, everyone was going hungry, nearly starving to death. Were people not even allowed to think of some way to stay alive? So when faced with this kind of situation, the vast majority of people chose to turn a blind eye. Wang Laosan hadn't even hauled up his trap yet, and everyone had already started reserving the catch. This filled Wang Laosan with confidence, making him feel that his bamboo basket was definitely packed full of all kinds of fish. Ha ha ha, sure. As long as there's enough stuff, everyone who wants to trade will get a share. Everyone will get a share. After all, I, Wang Laosan, am not like some people, scrambling even for a spot, so stingy. Even though it was already over, Wang Laosan still had to diss AI Guohua a little, making AI Guohua so angry that he glared furiously. Wang Laosan grabbed the rope and began pulling up his bamboo basket. The moment he exerted force, he immediately sensed that something was off. The rope snapped taut, and it felt extremely heavy in his hands. Holy crap, we've got a haul, there's a catch, and a big one at that. Brothers, come on, hurry up and help me pull. Today I, Wang Laosan, have really struck it rich. Wang Laosan's bamboo basket had something in it, so heavy that he couldn't pull it up by himself. Seeing this, the villagers' eyes turned red with jealousy. Damn, No wonder AI Guohua came to fight Wang Laosan for this spot. So this is the real feng shui treasure land. My family worked all day and didn't even see a single fish scale. Meanwhile, his catch was so heavy he couldn't even haul it up. Jealous as they were, everyone still went over to help, and the moment they got their hands on it, they found it really was heavy. Judging by this feel, it's got to be at least over 100 jin. Everyone's eyes grew even redder. The villagers' eyes were red with envy at Wang Laosan's haul, and AI Guohua was the same. Hey, brother-in-law, look, that brat took our spot and actually caught so many fish. I should have driven him away earlier. We found that place first, so what right does Wang Laosan have to occupy it? Guanghao stroked his chin and looked at everyone helping Wang Laosan pull up the bamboo basket, his face full of confusion. He had also seen Wang Laosan's bamboo basket, and it was no different from the other villagers. The opening was as big as a pot lid. If a fish got in and wanted to run, it could escape at any time. A bamboo basket like that could catch over 100 jin of fish? You must be joking. Do you really think the fish underwater are idiots and wouldn't know to swim away when the basket is being pulled up? Don't worry, just watch slowly. I always feel there's something fishy going on here. Heave-ho, heave-ho. Everyone pulled together, and the heavy bamboo basket began to be dragged out of the water bit by bit. With a splash, the bamboo basket finally broke the surface. Wang Laosan craned his neck and looked down. Oh my God, my mother, there's something in it. There really is something. The bamboo basket was filled with a dark mass. It was hard to see clearly while submerged, but it was definitely something big. Everyone pulled with even more enthusiasm and quickly hauled the bamboo basket up. But when they looked after pulling it up, every single person was dumbfounded. Was there something inside the bamboo basket? Of course there was, otherwise why would it be so heavy? But what was inside the bamboo basket wasn't fish, but a huge rock that had no one knew where been washed over from. The big rock weighed a full 100+ jin, and the bamboo basket had been crushed. Ha 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 ha. I'm dying of laughter. I really can't take it anymore. There was a haul. There definitely was a haul. But what got hauled up was a huge rock. Wang Laosan, your luck really is amazing. Take this rock home and gnaw on it for the rest of your life, and you still won't finish it. AI Guohua clutched his stomach and let out a sharp burst of laughter. Wang Laosan was laughed at until his face turned red, but unwilling to accept it, he continued pulling up his remaining bamboo baskets. In the end, out of the 5 bamboo baskets, aside from the first one containing a huge rock, the other 4 didn't even have a single thing in them. Wang Laosan viciously kicked the huge rock inside the bamboo basket. Instead of venting his anger, he ended up hurting himself and yelling in pain. Seeing him like that, AI Guohua laughed even harder. AI Lauda, stop fucking standing there laughing like an idiot. We didn't catch any fish. Do you think that means you people managed to catch some? Lift up your bamboo baskets and take a look. You definitely didn't catch anything either. Unable to swallow his anger, Wang Laosan started cursing AI Guohua. AI Guohua curled his lips. So what if there's no fish in my bamboo basket? You really underestimate my brother-in-law's skills. Open your damn eyes and look carefully. As he spoke, he didn't waste any time and walked straight to the riverbank, grabbing the bamboo strip in front of him and starting to pull up the fish trap. Creak, creak. As soon as he exerted force, the bamboo strip was stretched taut. From the way it looked, it was obvious there was definitely something inside the fish trap. Damn, there really was a catch. No way, right? Don't tell me a rock got washed in again. So many of us didn't catch any fish. Why should he have fish? It's a rock, definitely a rock. It wasn't just Wang Laosan who couldn't believe it. The villagers didn't believe there was a catch either. AI Guohua said nothing, ready to slap them in the face with the facts. He kept pulling with both hands, and the fish trap gradually surfaced. Smack, 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 smack. The moment it broke the surface, a dense burst of splashing came from inside the fish trap. Everyone looked over, and their eyeballs nearly dropped right into the Ming River. The fish trap was crammed full of all kinds of catch, and there was even a beautiful sturgeon inside. This sturgeon was more than 10 centimeters long, at least 7 or 8 jin. Its whole body curled up inside the fish trap. Who knew how it had managed to squeeze in there? Good lord, even if the Dragon King himself appeared, it wouldn't be this outrageous. How many jin of catch was in this one trap? 20 jin, 30 jin. This is insane. He even managed to catch such a big sturgeon. If this thing were taken to the supply and marketing cooperative to sell, a single one would be worth 7 or 8 yuan. He's rich. This is what really getting rich looks like. This AI Guohua has really struck it rich. The villagers stood on the riverbank one by one, dumbfounded. Wang Laosan was even more dramatic, dropping onto the ground as if he'd seen a ghost. Seeing their reactions, AI Guohua grinned from ear to ear. This is nothing. This is only the first trap. I still have a full 9 more traps. As he spoke, AI Guohua started collecting the other traps. One fish trap after another was pulled up, and the villagers' jaws never closed again. Every trap was packed full, and every trap had at least 10 gene of catch. Those fresh, lively fish, shrimp, and crabs constantly assaulted their fragile nerves. From initial shock to utter shock later on, and finally numbness, the villagers needed only the time it took to pull up 10 fish traps. All 10 traps were brought ashore. Every single one packed full. Together, they totaled at least over 100 gene of catch, and everyone was completely numb. AI Lauda, Guanghao, can your fish be traded for goods? While everyone was still numb with disbelief, a weak voice suddenly came from among the villagers. Trade. AI Guohua turned his gaze to Guanghao. The catch belonged to him, and he had the absolute right to decide what to do with it. Guanghao didn't even think for a second before nodding decisively in agreement. Trade? Of course we can trade. There's so much fish, our family can't finish it all. Not to mention the crabs and river shrimp. This stuff doesn't keep at all, and once it dies, it starts to stink horribly. Fish can be made into smoked fish, but honestly, Guanghao really wasn't used to eating that stuff. Dry as hell, and salty as hell too. He still preferred fresh fish. Besides, these little fish and shrimp didn't mean shit. As long as he took a trip around Guetu Mountain, he could easily find things far more valuable than these little fish and shrimp. It's just that free trade isn't allowed right now. Otherwise, forget bartering. Guanghao could set up a stall right now and become a fishmonger. The moment Guanghao said bartering was fine, the villagers instantly went crazy. Come on, let me go first. Our family hasn't had meat for 3 days. I'll trade for 3 gene of fish. Guanghao, what do you need? As long as my family has it, I'll go get it for you right now. 3 days without meat, and you're panicking over nothing. Our whole family hasn't even tasted meat for a week. Give me 5 gene first. Don't push. Guanghao, do you remember me? I'm sister-in-law Chunhua. When you educated youth first came to the village, I was the one who helped arrange your lodging. Save a few gene for me first. Guanghao, my family still has some sugar. You're a city person, you know this stuff. It's absolutely a rare item. I'll use sugar to trade you for fish. What's that worth? You know dacron, right? Guanghao, my family still has a dacron dress. Give me 1 big carp, and the dacron is yours. The crowd was in such an uproar that the villagers nearly shoved Guanghao and AI Guohua into the Ming River.